this, it was like, oh my God, all hell is breaking loose in your life. Anyway, the reason that I'm seeing that, the yeah, it's on. The planet Uranus, which is like the wild card of the zodiac, it causes all kinds of unexpected events and changes in the life. It has just hit your ascendant. It's in the 3 degrees of Aquarius right now. Actually, it started on the 11th of January. And it's going to be a transit that will involve about a 7-year period of it going through your first house. But when it hits the ascendant and stays within what we call the orb, that's when all kinds of things happen. Unexpected events, changes that often are out of your control. It's not necessarily bad, but it makes life very chaotic. Nothing can be taken for granted. You have to keep expecting the unexpected. So when I saw that, I thought, oh boy, there's going to be some changes, because what happens when this occurs, a person gets selfish, but for positive reasons. Mm-hmm. It's a time when you realize that you've been giving to everybody else, and now it's time for you.
It's funny not funny that it's coming up, but it's like it's time now for me to take a major bite.
Oh yeah.
Some major things now that I've come to awareness with, and now it's time to really take it on and actually,
yeah, this is when you'll take action.
Yeah.
This is going to create a lot of new beginnings and a lot of endings. A lot of endings with relationships that have outworn their usefulness. Things that are no longer serving you in your life, you're going to eliminate. It's just really going to be a major change. And it's basically going to be in effect, well, it started on the 11th, and it's going to continue this whole year, because it moves so slowly that when it retrogrades, it'll bounce back and forth, and it'll keep going over the degree of your ascendant for this entire year. But it normally is a 10-month period that when it's aspecting a point or a degree, a planet in your chart, that it'll hit the first time, it'll retrograde, and it'll go back over that degree, it'll move direct, it'll go back over it again, and then usually the third pass is, by that time, everything is cleaned up. So I would say, according to this, by October, everything is going to be pretty much in your life how you want it to be. But this is the time period when it first hits. It's like you get this whole burst of new energy. It's just like you have to do everything now. It causes you to be impatient. You want everything yesterday. And yet it's a time period that, used constructively, it will get you what you want. But it's because you have to now start being assertive and saying nothing is interfering with this. It's a test on how you use your willpower. So it's really major.
And it's probably going to be important to stay out of all or nothing type of thinking.
Exactly.
Which I have a tendency to do.
Yeah. You are going to have to be as flows with as possible during this transit to make the best of it. And yet, at the same time, be challenged by your willpower and your determination of what you want to achieve, seeing the end result.
Well, what I was thinking of driving over here is there's some things that I need to do, some things that I've been tolerating that I need to address, and I need to do it responsibly, but I also need to do it honestly. This has to do with my family and my mother and my daughter and all these kind of things, and almost everybody in my life. Just the phone call with Charmaine about respecting my boundaries.
Exactly.
God, I lost my train of thought. I'll come back to it.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's the number one major transit that is going on. The second one is that the planet Jupiter, which brings abundance, all kinds of new beginnings, new opportunities, is also getting ready to hit your ascendant. Mm-hmm. And that only happens once every 12 years. So you have to kind of think back where you were 12 years ago and what happened to you at that time. Mm-hmm. Because normally what happens is, if you act on the opportunities, your life improves drastically. So I'm seeing that since Jupiter is the ruler of your house of your goals and dreams, desires, you're going to have the opportunity to manifest many of your major goals within this year. Good. So the only danger with Jupiter going over that is that it will have a tendency, because this is the physical body, it will have a tendency to gain weight more easily, so you may need to be aware of that if you've gotten off of your eating habits and so forth, because it will expand the physical body. But it expands you in other ways too,
And
mentally,
I hired a
physically.
trainer and I'm back to the gym.
Good. Okay, so anyway, those are the two major transits that are going on. Now, as far as your progressed aspects, your first one doesn't start until the 12th of February. These are the slower moving things that act more subtly that cause the events to happen within your year. The first one is your progressed moon aspecting your progressed Pluto. This cycle can bring a new business venture and the foundational process of putting a plan of action together. Much of what you are doing towards this project will be done from your home, and you will keep it very low-keyed or under wraps, kind of secretive. This may also mean a contractual agreement with another professional who will benefit you professionally, which I interpreted to be your coach. Healing from your surgery will accelerate by the 12th of March. You should be completely recovered. So it's an excellent aspect for getting yourself back into the physical shape that you want to be. Then on the 21st of February, your progressed moon aspects your natal Mercury. And this can be a cycle that causes you to push yourself daily in regards to work achievements or goals. Much time will be spent on the telephone, computer, and fax machine to achieve a financial goal by a specific time. You also uncover some new awareness that relates to your past experiences. Now, this could be something like one of Mary's seminars.
What day?
It's going to basically be between January 21st and March 21st, and February 21st is the peak of the cycle.
Yeah, we do a workshop on the 28th, and it was supposed to have been moved back to the 21st, and now it's gone back to the 28th.
Okay. Well, it'll fall during that cycle, so it looks as though something new will surface during that time period, some new awareness that is going to be very liberating. This new awareness will give you answers to past relationships and be liberating, causing behavior changes that will benefit new relationships. It may, in fact, be difficult to accept, yet be one of your greatest ahas ever. It relates to family, trust, and control.
That's exactly what's going on right now.
Okay.
Even with Mary and with the group that I'm in.
Wow.
Major stuff. Major stuff.
Well, that ought to be a big aha for you. Then on March 25th, and again on October the 8th, you have an aspect involving the progressed sun. So this is like each time that it peaks, there's a year involved, 6 months prior and 6 months after. So because there are two different peaks, approximately 6 months apart, it's going to end up being about a year and a half influence. This aspect began to affect you, or will begin to affect you in late April of 97. And will last a full year. Then it peaks again on the 8th of October, which takes us up until about late March of 98. So this
October of this year?
Yes.
Okay.
So you've got two different time periods that it peaks, but in total it'll be in effect about a year and a half. It will bring numerous relationship opportunities, and the only hitch is that the majority will be with men that live out of state, or even out of this country.
Oh, God.
This cycle can bring great abundance into your life through your own efforts, and what you give out will come back tenfold. This cycle can result in the achievement of some very major goals. Friends can become lovers under this cycle, or vice versa. You will attract very successful professionals who employ you to do work for them and who consult you professionally as well. This is a success aspect. This means big money and opportunities to expand yourself beyond what you have created in the past. So I'm seeing that you are going to be in better shape within this next year and a half than you've ever been before. So it's major growth as far as professional and financially for you.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that's going to happen by taking on what the other one is going on, and that is because I'm thinking when I'm driving over here, that's where I lost my train of thought, is that it's absolutely necessary for right now, for my own selfish purposes, to take that bite out so that I can take the energy that, even though I'm not aware of it, is being used there and start using it in this area.
Right.
And I got a feeling, because I've been stuck since 1990.
Mhm.
So I've been in the process, and I haven't been not doing anything, but I've been in the process and respecting the process and learning from the process. It's now time to take a step, an action, to get the energy off there and put it where it belongs, so I can take the energy to do the things I want to do.
Right.
Because I've been really stuck, and there's a block there. That's why I hired this coverage.
Well,
I want that
it's an
block removed.
excellent move because Uranus' cycle is 7 years, and we're going into 1997. So this is definitely going to cause you to get unstuck.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. Then on May 6th, you've got a lunar aspect involving your progressed moon, or midheaven. So this will kick in on the 6th of April and last through the 6th of June. This is the best time of the year for your career. Any changes that you're contemplating would best be made between April 6th and June 6th. Public acceptance is greater under this influence for a new business to take off, or if you remain in your current work, this can represent the period in which you get back into it full swing, and you find it very productive and successful. Under this influence, it is also possible to make a change in your living situation. Could indicate that you could move, that someone could move in or out, or it could mean an actual physical change of residence. So I don't know if you've got anything like that contemplated, but that's the best time for it. Then on the 24th of June, your progressed moon aspects your progressed sun. This is an excellent period for making money. Everything you do can turn to gold under this cycle. It can also mean money coming to you through taxes, settlements, child support, professional services that you render. This is in addition to your current career. This cycle can also bring a relationship to a new level. It can either be the onset of a relationship or someone that you've previously met or dated. It can escalate or turn into a serious romance. Romance with someone you meet through business can get started now, and if started prior, can turn to a much more serious level. Then on the 24th of September, your progressed moon aspects your natal Saturn. This aspect can indicate a period of making adjustments in a relationship, getting used to someone's habits or routine. It can also indicate that time may be an issue for you under this cycle, either not having enough time to balance all areas of your life, or such as, equal time for AJ, for a relationship, and to have business time for your business and private time for yourself. Or you may lack motivation under this influence, as your interests may fall in only one area only.
And I've been struggling with that for a long time now.
So anyway, the challenge will be to keep balanced under this influence, and you may be taking on an assistant kind of a partner, because it looks like you are going to have so much on your plate and enjoying all the success that you want to, and yet not have any liberty with your time. So you may be well able to afford an assistant that will give you that during that cycle.
That's how it goes.
Then on the 31st of December, you've got your progressed moon aspecting your natal Venus. This cycle could bring changes in a relationship, such as marriage. It may represent some additional legal matter that would involve you in regard to a grandchild, and it could bring the birth of another grandchild under this cycle. So that is basically in effect from the 30th of November till the 31st of January.
You'll love this one.
What?
My girlfriend, my best friend from Winnipeg, and we're going to go to Kauai at Christmas time this year and spend Christmas and New Year's there. And I told her, I'm getting married this year, and we might as well do it in Hawaii. And I wouldn't mind doing it on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve.
Oh, how wild. That is something. Wouldn't that be something?
Wow.
So anyway, that is your overall year. And of course, the eclipses that are occurring also add some weight as to what is occurring. You're still under the influence of the October 12th eclipse, and that one actually happened at 19 degrees of Libra in your 9th house. That means basically that between October of 96 and up until March the 9th of this year, your focus is on making expansion in your life. Finding ways to have more. And because the eclipse is basically making a favorable aspect to Jupiter, this is a cycle where a lot of opportunities are coming your way between now and the 9th of March. And it means that since the ninth house is the house of the higher mind, your belief systems, your philosophies, you are being challenged under this cycle to practice what you know and to put it into practice to create the results that you're, and I say challenged because the aspect is good, it's a good influence. However, when there's a favorable aspect to Jupiter, it's like, we know all these things, we have all the techniques, and that we often, under this influence, feel too lazy, and so we don't take the time to use them. So you're being challenged at this time to use what you know.
Funny that you bring that up. I thought that myself this morning. I'm going to feel foolish with my coach when I tell him that I facilitate this stuff and I ain't doing it.
Yeah. Then on the 9th of March, the next eclipse occurs at 18 degrees of Pisces, and it falls in your second house, which is the house of your values, and it's your personal income. It is going to highlight the ability to earn income and to increase your income between March 9th and September 1st. Okay, so what this is going to do is highlight that ability to earn money, and you're going to focus on the things that are of value in your life and what you want. So it's not only the income that you can earn, it's what you value. It's your own resources and anything that you hold near and dear to your heart. The eclipse itself is making a very positive aspect to your midheaven, which is your career and your status in the community. Because it's making a trine aspect, it's indicating that it's going to be easy for you to achieve your goal and to make the professional changes and the income that you desire. So it's going to basically be more of ease. I'm glad that you're using a personal coach and so forth, because it means you'll achieve what you want out of it. And it's a lot more difficult if there were a square aspect. This indicates that it'll happen for you more easily.
It takes time, I'm ready.
Yeah. Then on the 1st of September, the eclipse occurs at 9 degrees of Virgo, and that falls in your 8th house. Now the 8th house is money that you gain through other people. Not only, this is like your earnings from your profession, this is what you do in partnership with others, or money that comes to you that you don't have to go out and physically earn yourself. This could be from past investments, it could be through network marketing, work that you've already done in the past where you've got residual income, or it could mean a joint venture that is bringing you another source of income. So the highlight here from September 1st of 97 up until around March of 98 is going to be on joint income and building in regards to another. If you have to go, you've mentioned that you had to, you may have to do something. The courts are going to go after AJ's dad for child support.
Well, in fact, Alan goes to court on the 30th of January this month, and
Uh-huh.
my daughter goes to court on February 25th.
Okay.
So they found both of them, they're bringing them to court. I got a $20 check from the district attorney yesterday, which I got a call to find out what it's about.
Ah.
But, so I think, they're going to finally start dragging them into court, whether or not I get, the money.
Because this is the time period that you may start to get something on a steady basis, from them. So it may take some time for them to play catch up, but this is the time period that it could produce something very steady.
Or it could be from some other source.
Yeah, or some other source, right.
Whatever. Okay.
But everything is pointing to the major changes professionally and financially for you this year. And yet at the same time, it's showing that you are going to want to do things very different and very radically different. And it's going to cause people to go into react, because you're not going to be behaving normally for Johanna. It's going to, people are going to think that you have flipped out, you're off on a tangent. I mean, you'll get ridiculed. You'll definitely, you have to be tough to accept the fact that people don't understand your new level of awareness and what's going on with you. But it will definitely cause upset with family, because they're going to see you operate in an entirely different way than you have in the past, and you are going to feel so good about who you are and how you are being, because you're going to see results. So, I mean, that will spur you on to stay strong at the moments that you may feel like, backing away or making a change, because you'll question at times whether it's worth it. But in the long run, it will be. So it's a pretty exciting year, actually. Those two transits alone, the Jupiter-Uranus going over your ascendant, would bring something major, even without the progressed aspects going on.
Yeah.
That's just going to help tie in the timing of when you can expect things.
That's really good to hear. I mean, yeah, and it's already happening. I mean, my family is going to react, I'm sure, to some of the things that's going to be occurring. But even just like the stuff with Cy, I mean, I've always been present, I've always been available, and now I'm making it clear that I have boundaries. And there are people going in to react about it.
Yeah.
And they'll get over it.
Right.
Or they won't.
Right. Yeah. So, I'm excited about what I'm seeing in your chart.
Good.
You're still under the influence of the Sun-Venus conjunction that went on last year, that I told you could bring like the love of your lifetime and the possibility of marriage with someone either from a foreign background or culture, or that you who would be like a professional, someone that would be really good to you. You have another 6 months of that influence still left. So, because that was like a 1.5 year influence, it peaked twice. So that is like another confirmation because of what I'm seeing in your chart this year with the relationship stuff. It's like now there's 2 aspects that are going on. So you still have the Sun-Venus thing going on, plus the other one that is bringing the opportunity for major relationship. So it's getting a lot closer.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because I mean, I feel this pull that it's going to be out of town. I really do, and I felt that for a couple of years.
Well, I think it's great. When I saw the influence that could bring the birth of another grandchild, I did not feel this was your daughter. I felt that it was through Rick.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. And that was strictly intuitive. It wasn't anything I could support astrologically, but I felt like I got the impression that he was going to get in a very serious relationship this year, and that it's going to result in marriage. And
he's in one, and I can't stand her.
Oh, really?
But I did realize
goes along with what you're going to be dealing with.
I did realize over Christmas time that she could be the grandmother of or the mother of my grandchild. So I better learn to like her.
Yeah. Well, I kind of think that's going to happen this year. So.
Yeah, so he's struggling. I mean, I just got a letter from him last night, and now he's backsliding again, thinking, well, maybe I didn't make a good decision going into the Army.
Oh.
So he's coming up against a lot of his commitment issues right now, and so I suspect that.
So what would you like to ask? What maybe didn't show up that you might have some questions about?
One of them is, okay, all the changes that are happening, what can I do to prepare myself so that I don't get thrown off kilter and thrown off base?
Okay, the easiest thing to do would be to do a cycle as often as you can, because you've got to, in order for you not to get thrown, you've got to be flows with. When Uranus goes over the ascendant, when people have the most difficult time, it's because they're rigid. It's because they're not willing to bend or to make the changes, or they're operating from a rebellious type of attitude. So the more you can be flows with, the less hassle this will cause you.
So the changes that are going to occur, because they've been occurring whether I go with them or whether I don't go with them throughout the last 5 or 6 years. I'm getting the sense, and just correct me if you think I'm going in the wrong direction with it, but I'm getting the sense that it's time for me to take the action and facilitate the change rather than waiting now to continually come to me.
Exactly.
Processing it and then doing something with it. What I'm feeling the need to do is to actually jump in the middle of it now, because I've stopped doing some of the things that made me so successful, and it had nothing to do with business. It had to do with me taking on challenges in my life, getting more in touch with who I was, with my feelings, and this and that. And although I've been in process, I haven't taken some major steps to clear out some of the trash, like what Steve calls it, a clean sweep, cleaning out my closet, addressing the things that I've been tolerating with the people I've been tolerating with. So rather than wait, I'm getting the feeling that I should facilitate that change, and in doing that will create a whole lot of other stuff.
It will, most definitely.
You know, but also free up a lot of energy. So I just have to make sure that I stay in tune with things. And I think I'm on base with that one.
Yeah. Well, this year we've got a ton of great days, which last year we had a fair amount, and this, I want to get them on the tape here so you'll have them. January 16th and 17th, which just passed, so if you did anything important on those days, it was considered a great day. It was a phenomenal outcome. This coming Sunday and Monday, the 26th and 27th, are considered great days. So have you actually hired your coach yet? Have you? Okay.
My first session will be on the 23rd, and I probably, what day was the 16th and 17th?
Thursday and Friday.
That was when I made the decision.
Oh, good.
That's when I found him.
Good.
And I found him through a series of coincidences. I've been thinking off in the back of my mind. I haven't actively pursued it. But I met him through Mike Ferry, and I've realized that I have been following the wrong mentor. One of the things that's been missing in my career has been when I changed companies in 1990, right after I hit my goal, I lost my support system. I lost the people that were around me who really believed in me. And although I've maintained a level of success, I haven't grown in my business. I've grown personally, but I haven't grown in my business. And I was introduced to Steve through Mike Ferry, who I'd been following, and he started the business planning program. And when it went in a direction he didn't like, he left and started his own company. I was always too chicken to approach him directly because he always worked with the top. I mean, the people that do 5 times what I do. So I had a coach. She was not effective with me. I ran all over her, and I lost and allowed. The last year I've been thinking I need to get in touch with Steve, hire him. I found him through a series of coincidences where a guy who had been reading something that I had posted somewhere that I forgot on the net, and he's a business coach from back in Connecticut. He sends me an email and says, I'd like to compare notes, check out my homepage. And through me checking out his homepage, I found Steve again, and that's how I found him. So it's just been a lot of really, I'm starting now again to start being aware of the coincidences and of the things that are going on.
Now, will this be like a PLD coach daily that you work with him? Or is it
we'll talk once a week for half an hour, however long it takes, and then we have a conference call with 50 other people in various different businesses, not just real estate. So it's a different format. He's not. All of the fun has been taken out of my business. It's become so, from following Mike, it's become so, let's do the numbers, that what really got me, and I got out of touch with why I really started doing the business. So all the stuff I've been going through is still, we have mounds of stuff we have to fill out, and it has nothing to do with real estate. It has to do with who I am as a person, where I've been, what I want to do, and where I'm going, and what's keeping me from there. So really it started causing me to think. That is effective with me. The way that I've been trying to do things with what this guy that I thought was so good hasn't been working for me. And I've been trying to make it work. And that, where a lot of the conflict has been in my business, I think. So, and it was right because it's my inner critics committee that was been right in front of me for the last 6 years.
Wow.
So it's really interesting what's happening with it.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, and I think and so the dates are perfect because I found him. This is a long-winded conversation, but I found him on the 16th or 17th, Thursday or Friday, I forget which day it was. But that's when I made the decision.
Good.
And I found him through a coincidence.
Then in February we've got the 6th, the 15th, the 25th, and 26th. March the 12th, April 2nd and 16th, May 27th. None in June, July 16th. None in August, September 29th, October 10th, November 2nd and 3rd, December 4th, 27th, and 31st. So when you get married on the 31st, it's going to be a great day as well. So anyway, there's a big bunch of them this year. Just so you know, the Mercury retrograde periods that often can put a fly in the ointment. The next one will occur on the 15th of April through May the 8th, and then August 17th through September 10th, and December 7th through December 27th. So those are the Mercury retrograde periods. So anyway, I wanted you to make sure that you had those. So what other questions do you have?
God. There aren't any health concerns. It doesn't appear to be.
No, actually, you're going to be in better health by the 12th of March than you have seen in a long, long time. Because not only are you healing, but the changes that you're making are just going to just be exhilarating to your physical body. Jupiter is always protective of the physical body, even though it may cause you to have to worry about weight gain. It causes you to become extremely healthy. It's very protective, and it'll be in that house for about 13 months. And then after it leaves that house, it's going into your house of your personal finances, which shows me that in approximately 13 months, you will be enjoying a level of financial success that you've never seen before.
Wow.
And it'll be there for 13. And it's hitting your ascendant. And it'll give you, a little psychological background as to what it causes, as well as, the kind of events that can take place.
Okay.
I think you'll enjoy reading that report. And if I wasn't clear in the past on how to use this, what I'm finding is that people feel kind of overwhelmed by this, and they're a little confused as to how to best utilize it. So I wanted to go back and just reiterate again the best possible way. What you want to do, you want to read through the major transits, and then you want to come back to the start of it in January. This is your January area. The only thing that is going to apply in the invitation, which is the first section, is what's listed up here at the top of the month. So everything else is in there, but it's not affecting you right now. So the only thing affecting you is this one right here.
Okay.
Okay. Then in the second section, called the means, the major transits that are going on. So, a lot of people think, well, how do I put this all together? So the only thing in January you want to read in this section is these things, because that's the only thing that's affecting you at that time. So, and once again, these aren't going to mean anything to you, but refer to when the moon goes back into your 12th house each month, because that's the time period that you're like at your low point. You're ending a 28-day emotional cycle. But that's basically how to use it. You want to just read what applies. Don't read the rest of it, because it'll confuse you.
Oh, yeah, because that's what I did last time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of get a feeling from what's going on is that although I tend to be contained emotionally, this is kind of the year that I'm going to be more in control.
Oh, yeah.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
And
Uranus has a tendency to liberate you.
Yeah.
And then that's what it's going to do. It's going to definitely free you from old habits, patterns that aren't serving you. So.
Yeah. Interesting year.
Well, then I'm going to stop this and fast.